I actually think it's fun to figure out the scams and then figure out who knows about them. But there's so many. There's so many of them. I mean, you see them every day. If it's not this kind of scam, there are other scams involving your cable TV company, your credit card company that's slipping in a couple points here and there. It's huge. It's a huge drain on everything. But I think it's fun. So when next time you're with your friends, talk about the outrageous bullshit scams you might know about. And you never know. One of you might become somebody that can do something about that. But the bottom line is these scams can't exist if people come forward. And when I was growing up, I was thinking like whistleblowers was more like a rat, talking, turning your friends into the cops, and it's not that. This is about good people coming forward so that the bad people can't work their scams. And that's what happens. Yeah, thank you. And the companies are very sophisticated about how to control their own employees. They actually betray their own employees as well as the general public, because if you come into a company like I'm involved right now with Johnson & Johnson on the baby powder talc cancer cases, and they marketed themselves as the company that you can trust your baby's butt to. Okay, so they decided that it would really be good to market that trust and to encourage women, particularly African American and Hispanic women in their market, that, gosh, don't you want to be fresh for your man, basically? Use this stuff all over, this powder. Well, that powder migrates up the reproductive tracts and can get in the ovaries and other places, and over time, cause cancer. They've known this for 35 or 40 years, but there's not a warning on the bottle about this. There also contains asbestos sometimes, as well as the talc. Oh yeah, it's nasty. And then it has preservatives and fragrance and things like that that are endocrine disruptors. And then when they tried to make it quote safer, right? They knew there was a problem, so they decided to make it. Let's cut the amount of talc. So what did they replace it with? Genetically modified corn syrup, corn powder, right? Yeah, so that's what you got in there now. You got half GMO corn with Roundup and all the other stuff, and half the talc. So it's gnarly.
Mark, can I just quickly say something? So I think one thing to Mark's point and everything that's been said so far that's really amazing about this area is one person can have a massive difference here. I mean, Jeffrey Wiggins, one guy, took down one of the largest cigarette companies, exposing that they were secretly adding in a chemical that made their cigarettes more addictive and caused cancer. Dr. Sam Foote was the first person to expose what was going on at the VA that everybody's heard about, where our veterans, who we owe everything to, were basically being left to die because they weren't getting the care that they should have been getting. And everybody in this audience right now, even if you don't know personally of something like this that's going on, talk to your friends, And if they don't know anything, ask them to talk to their friends and have them talk to their friends. And eventually, when you find someone, call somebody like Mark or Bill, because also there aren't a whole lot of attorneys who actually really know what they're doing in this space, and it's really important to find an attorney that does know what they're doing, and you can have a massive impact. Together, it will take, a community, but together we can really make change here.